Everybody, this is Tom. Welcome to the Heart and Hustle podcast. Today is actually our first episode here, but we have a few things we have to get out of the way. Actually, one thing that we have to get out of the way here real quick, and this is going to be an interesting show, and I want to tell you right now what to expect for now and into the future.
So the big question is this: how are leaders like you that recognize people and technology are the backbone of the company they're building continue to make progress when they have no clear idea on how to develop individuals and utilize technology in a way that helps them remain profitable? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. This is Tom Michaela, and welcome to the Heart and Hustle podcast.
Oh, and here she goes. She's back. She's back for the living here. So anyways, today is our first podcast. Today is March 17th, 2021, and officially in probably about 1 hour, we're going to officially be married, because after you saw that ring, she said, I do, and we're both super excited. Michaela?
I'm excited.
Yeah, she's real excited for the crap that she's going to be getting into with all this stuff. Anyhow, this is Tom and Michaela. Welcome to the first real episode of the Heart and Hustle podcast,
Yep.
And here we are. So today what we're going to do is try to tell you about our life and kind of what we're doing, why, the what, the how, our why, in fact, why we're doing this. My name is Tom Nielsen. I'm the CEO of a company called Soaring Group. We are a chief information officer and human resources consultant to a lot of small businesses. Michaela over here is the president of the company. She is the one that focuses on more the HR, I'd say the more politically correct side of the company, versus me, the one that is typically getting in some hot water here in ourselves. So
yeah, I kind of have to keep you in check. I don't do a very good job of that, even though.
No, it's a hard time. Anyhow, today, like I said before, is March 17th. We're gonna be married here in maybe about 30 minutes or so. We're gonna take a small break from here, get married, and kind of get back to work. Maybe take a small trip out for just a few moments.
After your dentist appointment.
After my dentist appointment, yes,
Yeah.
we did get married. Had a dentist appointment. Kind of had a crown put in here, and yeah, so life does go on.
This is our life.
This is our life. So once again, my name's Tom. This is Michaela. Together we have 10 children between the two of us here.
10 children, 2 dogs.
2 golden doodles, 2 beautiful
two
dogs.
Offices.
2 offices.
How many work vehicles?
A lot of work
I don't know
vehicles.
how many vehicles we have anymore.
And a hell of a lot of drama, I think.
Just given the nature of what we do, there's drama all over the place.
The drama everywhere.
Yeah.
But anyways, let me first introduce Michaela. Why don't you give the audience a little bit of bio about yourself and who you are and your why.
Well, I guess I've been in HR for quite a few years. I started out at a county government, actually, which is a lot different, a lot the same, but a lot different than your private businesses. Right now, we're focused on small to medium-sized businesses, and that is a little bit different take on things. Government is much more structured, much more by the book, much more black and white. Small to medium-sized businesses have there's a little bit more flexibility there, maybe, which makes it a little bit more difficult at times, but also much more interesting, and yeah, never a dull moment.
It's really boring.
HR?
No, just what you said about what to sleep. I'm so sorry.
I know. I think a lot
HR is filled with drama. I mean, everywhere you look, there's people, there's problems, there's processes, there's everything that come with it. It's just filled with a drama-infested life, I think.
What is not exciting is those policies.
But who follows policies?
A lot of people try really hard to
They try to follow, but
policies.
you spend all day creating them. I see you working here all day long trying to create a policy and that nobody actually follows.
Yeah, some people follow them, some people do not. And then we have conversations, and then, one thing leads to another, and
How many people get fired for not following a policy?
a lot happens all the time.
Does it happen in our company?
Sometimes,
Yeah, I guess that's happened too,
yes. Sometimes not, but sometimes.
on occasion.
It's not black and white. It's not always as cut and dry as we like to make it seem like it should be and could be. It's just not always black and white.
No, it's not.
But consistency is really important.
But you're real passionate on those people, though. It's not really the HR side, but it's about people really getting to know them and get inside what I always call their head and their persona and really understand who they are as a person, what makes them tick, and works with the companies.
Right. What I love about my job is that people side of it. I love helping leadership try and figure out how to help their businesses grow, how to help their people become successful, which in turn makes their businesses become successful. I don't necessarily love creating the handbooks and dealing with all the government compliance crap we have to deal with, but it's part of it.
What do you think about the handbooks that can be just freely downloaded from the net now? You go to Google, you type in, I need a corporate handbook for HR, and go for it.
Well, yeah, people use those all day long, but every business is different. They run different, they operate different, they think different. There's those basic components that you have to be legally compliant on so many different levels, but they're never quite as uniform as you can't just download something off the internet because you have to make it applicable to your business.
We do. And there's so many clients, from nonprofits to healthcare and medical, obviously, dealing with governmental agencies, dealing with, muscle car shops, dealing with so many different types of companies, so many different types of organizations. There's never a one policy fits all.
No.
And even if you think there is, you have the people aspect of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, the people aspect of it, the technology they're using, like you said, the type of industry there are. I mean, there's lots of nuances that go into creating a handbook. It's not just, like you said, downloading something off the internet. But
then you walk in, and the first call you get to the day is somebody smacks somebody else, or they called in sick for the 52nd time in the 60th week out there, and trying to deal with people. And that person that called in sick, his mom or dad or cousin had cancer, and you're really dealing with some really hard issues.
They are hard, and it's fascinating. It's fascinating to me to try to think through all these different issues that every company faces. It's fascinating to me. It's exciting. It's fun. It's scary. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. All of the above.
It's all the above. It's crazy. So we take that and we mix it a little bit with the IT world that I've been dealing with for 25 years, roughly, a long time.
Tell us how you got to this point.
By mistake. I've often said this, is that people, I can really, put it to more of a person that's on drugs. Unfortunately, if they're addicted to things like cocaine or heroin or marijuana, really kind of crazy stuff. I'm with that, with technology, with IT. It's like it just never stops.
That's a pretty strong analogy.
It's a really strong analogy, but it's really about what it is. It's like, in fact, we had a conversation, 7 minutes, maybe 8 minutes ago. I couldn't put my phone down. I'm literally researching something, looking at something, what's on the horizon for tomorrow, and kind of all this, new hacking stuff that's out there and everything else, and trying to have a real conversation between us, back in the house that way. And you said, put the phone down. And I said, okay, so I did. And I told you not to go all girl mode on me, and pretty much you pick up your phone.
Said, don't go girl mode on. Do you know how that went over?
It went over very well.
It did not go over well.
It did not go over well. So here we are. So anyways, we have, I guess, working with tons of small businesses, from, again, nonprofits and, healthcare related companies, to banks, financial institutions, to public entities, to private entities, all over the place, where, I operate as their CIO. We sit on their boards, we sit on their leadership teams as that technology leader, HR leader inside the company, to really kind of help them and help further their process and their company along. Our biggest goal is to help them create value inside their company by leveraging people and technology. That's kind of the play on words that we typically try to use around here. We try to stay away from the boring HR and CIO stuff, because not many people know that language. But by all means, we are working together with these companies to help them, forge their path and help them grow. And I think we've been decently successful about it. We have a lot of great followers, a lot of great companies that we work with, and a lot of people depend on us to be there every day.
Yep,
and
that's for sure.
We show up. It's crazy. I get the calls at 2:00 in the morning that something's offline. You get the call at 2:00 in the morning that somebody got I'm resigning letter, and they're a key person or a leadership role.
Yep.
And we're dealing with emergencies and fires every single day of the week, and an occasional kid issue here and there. You know how that goes.
Always a kid issue.
Yeah. It's
So,
crazy.
so why Heart and Hustle, and what's this podcast about? Why are we doing this?
Heart and hustle is a play on words. Michaela here, the president of the company, she kind of goes by a pseudonym of Chief Heart Officer. It's really not about human resources. We kind of don't like that term a whole lot, even though it exists. It's all about heart and people and what's going through their heads and, inside of their world. And in my side, hustle, some will say I'm 24/7. I don't sleep, usually around
Sure.
4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 4:30 if we sleep in. We're kind of going for the day.
Sometimes you make it till 5:30.
Sometimes I make it to 5:30, but we won't talk about that. But yes, I do make it to 5:30. I get out of bed and we're up and at 'em. So based in Lincoln, Nebraska, and really in a 20-acre field right now, of all places. We're in a reconditioned outbuilding that's been here for about 15 years. That was literally a shed.
It was a shed.
A year ago.
We now call it the Nest.
We now call it the Nest.
You'll hear us refer to the Nest a lot.
Nest a lot, and this is our conference room here. This is actually a garage door right here.
Yep.
And this is a garage door. And right outside here, if you'd open this up, you would see nothing.
Field.
Well, grass, some field, some driveway.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is a wonderful place. We have 2 locations in our lovely city of Lincoln here. Kind of our tech room. Our tech room is downtown someplace. We won't talk about that too much. But the Nest is a place for us to enjoy ourselves. Our customers, our clients will come out here. We'll meet here. We'll kind of do our thing and consult with them quite a bit. But we do a ton of stuff online as well, and obviously over the phone during this COVID time or whatnot. And
yeah, 2021 was all about Zoom, of course.
Yeah, 2020.
The rest of the country. Oh yeah, it is 2020.
Yeah,
it was 2020.
It was 2020.
It's continuing on though into 2021, and I'm so over it.
We're over it.
Like, I just want to meet my clients.
How many Zoom rooms do we donate to people? I mean, we probably donated $20,000 to $30,000 in Zoom rooms over the past year. I mean,
remember how many laptops and mobile devices we had to set up so people could work from home in 2020?
Screw the laptops. Think about the TVs we mounted. I mean,
we mounted so many TVs in 2020. I can't even count. Probably, I don't know, 50, 75.
Easy.
Just the 2 of us.
Things were given away for free. It's like, here, people work. We want you to work and be able to experience people. And here's a webcam, here's a PC, here's a TV, and we're just throwing things up left and right and just completely free, just to donate, just to show how much heart there is and making sure that these companies can communicate and can talk. And, most of them are from, people that are going through behavioral health issues or maybe treatment of some sort and trying to really talk to their counselors remotely and their loved ones and whatnot. And I mean, I kid you not, it was Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, we're hustling, we're working with our clients and making them happy and kind of foregoing a lot of our personal relationship even, but we're together, we're doing a lot of stuff.
We're together. It was hard on our team though, like the guys, I mean.
And the girls.
But like, we'd get a phone call. Yeah, I need 20 laptops and as soon as possible. I mean, we'd have those turned around in 2, 3,
and it was like,
4
yes,
days.
sir, let's get this thing done. And okay, how are you going to do this? So,
yeah.
I mean, that caused chaos on our team. I mean, think of the HR issues that we imposed. I mean,
it was hard.
hard.
I think our team is still recovering from that a little bit.
They're still recovering.
There was some fatigue that set in after a year of that because it didn't just come. I mean, there was a huge wave in March, April, May, but it just continued and continued and continued.
Continues horrible.
Yeah, it was crazy. But
one thing after the other, and then the end of the year hit. People are trying to use up what's left of their budgets, and yet more stuff and more stuff.
Yeah. So when it comes to this podcast and everything we're trying to do with this, we have a lot to talk about.
We do.
We have a lot to say. We have a lot of experiences. We have a lot of questions ourselves. I mean, we are business owners who are trying to figure out how to build and run a business just like everybody else out there. But we have a lot to say and a lot to offer. So
we do.
It should be an interesting experience for our listeners because who knows what's going to come out of our mouths, right? Who knows what's going to come out of your mouth?
This is unscripted.
Makes me nervous.
This is unscripted. This is unplanned. There literally is no agenda. We actually tried to talk about tonight a little bit of our today or what we're trying to do, and we just can't. I mean, we can't really put words into it. Like everything we said today is or even now is just ad-libbed. I mean, we have no idea.
We'll figure it out.
All I know is March 17th, and we're getting married here in a couple hours. I have a crown getting fixed here in a few hours, and
we're hopping a plane.
In
maybe 4 hours.
It may be 4 hours, and heading to Sedona, Arizona, and just relaxing for a quick minute. And
we'll see if that happens.
Can we take this equipment with us? These headphones, these mics, and everything with us?
Well, that would be fun.
I think we should. We can do it from the patio wherever we're staying at.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. I think it's wonderful. I do want to give a big shout out to Haley, though, Gonzalez. She's our social media director.
Haley rocks.
Haley completely rocks. She has done a phenomenal job in some of the stuff. However, most of these podcasts, outside of this little intro that happened and maybe the outro over here, completely unedited. I mean, there may be a little pop-up or something here and there, but at the end of the day, this is unedited stuff. This is real raw. This is going to be something about us. We're getting a lot of personal issues. You're probably going to see us maybe bickering online.
Do we need to apologize in advance for this?
I can get the t-shirt saying I apologize in advance for whatever I say.
Yeah, I might have to.
I might have to.
Yeah. Haley rocks, though. Did I tell you the other day that she gave me kind of a, social media is not really my thing. I can tell you.
She said it's not your thing?
It's not. No, I'm saying it's not my thing. I mean,
know it's not your thing.
How many years have I been on Facebook and Instagram?
You got 4 posts.
And
one's of your toenails by the pool.
I know. I've got like 5 pictures in the last 12 years of being on social media because I hate it. Like, I hate putting myself out there. Like, this is completely out of my comfort zone.
It is.
So anyway, she had to give me a little lesson on how to post on Facebook and Instagram. I'm so embarrassed about that. But
she didn't give you a lesson?
Yes.
For hitting the post button?
No, it's more than just the post button.
It is not more than just a post
button.
Are you putting a filter on anything?
Probably going to have to. There's all these little things. Well, if you do this and you do that and you can put an emoji and you can, it kind of depends on what you want and build your brand and all that kind of stuff. So
have you used a peach emoji?
No.
Damn.
No, I haven't.
I'm just kidding you there. Yeah, before we got 4 posts on Instagram, you're going to have to get more of that out there.
I know. I'm trying. Like I said, this is completely out of my comfort zone. It's all new to me. I never posted personally or anything I never posted anything on Facebook or Instagram or.
Why? Did the old HR incriminating evidence thing come out of your head and say, hey, listen, I'm not going to post something because I could be held accountable or liable for this?
I'm typically a pretty private person.
True that.
I am. I'm a private person and.
Well, let's stop here. Back to my question though. People that do post on Instagram, Facebook, and they do get pretty controversial and say that, hey, listen, I'm going to post about, what's ever in my mind, political or non-political or whatever it is, or, how dangerous is for them to do that personally?
Well, what perspective are you coming from? Are you coming from a personal perspective or a business perspective? I'm
coming from a business perspective in the terms of they have an employee that's posting, some pretty,
I think that's like a whole separate episode. Like we could make an entire podcast on that conversation alone.
No, I bet we could.
I don't think we want.
But you've had it. I mean, we've had it happen.
Multiple times.
Well,
not only have we had it happen, but I've gotten several calls from clients who have had it happen. So yeah, it's an issue that every company is facing these days, whether they know it or not.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right.
That's a whole separate episode.
That's a whole separate conversation, I guess, at that point.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so let's get married here.
Okay.
Now, just making sure you do want to marry me, right?
Yes.
Okay, top 3 reasons.
Sure.
Top 2 reasons right now why you want to marry me.
You make me laugh even when you piss me off.
I make her laugh when I piss her off, okay?
No,
I get it.
Said even when you piss me off.
Even when I piss you off. And number 2?
You're just a great guy. You have a huge heart.
Everybody's a great guy.
No, not everybody's a great guy.
Okay.
You have a ton of passion for what you do. You have a ton of passion for people. You have a ton of passion for life. And it's been crazy exciting just dreaming with you and building with you. And I want to keep that going.
Yeah, makes sense. I get it.
Okay.
I'd probably date me too. So
Sounds like something you would say.
yeah, exactly.
And the opposite,
Which is
why do you want to marry me?
why? There's lots of reasons why I want to marry you.
Top two.
Top two. You know, I said this to you before, and I think I don't know when it was probably a while ago, but when you're a kid and you're 6 years old and you skin your knee and only mom really makes you feel better, it's that feeling. Not to say you're my mother by any means, but
Definitely not your mother.
definitely not my mother. But it's that feeling of just love, and you can't get that anywhere. I mean, I've never experienced that before, that someone truly cares and loves you for who you are and what you stand for. And it's been wild. So for me, that's probably the number one and even the number two reason. So the other side is that you're an extremely hard worker. We built this place together. We built this acreage out that we're at here together. We've tried to, really harness our strengths and trying to figure out what we're going to do next, and just the pure, chaos I think we live in, and just dealing with day to day and not knowing what we're going to wake up to the next day, and just making the best of it and doing it and not looking back. And for me, that's important. So, all the love's there. And at the end of the day, I have 5 children.
I have 5 children.
You have 5 children.
I even have grandchildren.
She even has grandchildren. So does that mean
that you're going to be a grandpa? Congratulations,
Whoa.
Grandpa.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So many people became just immediate aunts and uncles and great grandpas and great grandmas and grandpas within like one day.
Crazy. I really can't believe we're talking about this on a podcast.
Hey, this is us.
It is us. But that leads me to our next thing. Like, I bet there are people out there wondering, how does this work? Like, how do you and I work in the types of position that we have inside of our own company and inside, dealing with the other clients that we deal with?
What do you mean by that?
I'm an HR person, and I'm marrying the owner of the company.
No, you're a partner in the company.
Wow.
Marrying me, I guess, but I'm not sure what that means anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I just say that because how many times have I written into handbooks, and I deal with handbooks where nepotism is a huge issue.
It's a big issue.
So.
But if you think about it, if you think back, I mean, this company, at least forever, and myself included, we wouldn't be where we are today without you and with what you brought to the table and everything. So, ding, ding, you win the golden prize. I'm just kidding. That's HR inappropriate again. No, but seriously though, you're just part of this company as I am. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, we can race around here all along, but something or somebody has got to keep you grounded and, sit and just make sure that you're level-headed every day and not flying off on a whim. And kid you not, these past few weeks, these past few months have been absolutely crazy. I mean, look what's happened with us. I mean,
they've been really busy.
This podcast, all this technology here, this goofy stuff, and mics and earphones, and starting. I mean, my goodness sakes, we started a nonprofit last month, and that's blowing up. We're starting, this whole sales side is the service of our business, and that's been doing decently well, and bringing on, probably averaging 1 to 2 new clients a week with what we do in some way, shape, or form, and requests that come in by the hundreds and hundreds every single week. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people contact us a week with issues, concerns, updates, and we still find the time to treat everyone with compassion and, making sure they're taken care of and, with heart. But yet we're just hustling like a madman, just trying to get things done and make it. So,
yeah, there's lots of businesses out there that are family businesses. There's lots of businesses that have married partnerships, and it brings an interesting dynamic to what those organizations do and how they run, but they're definitely good and successful. And
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
we were just talking on our couch the other day with a couple who owns a business and how it has its blessings and its curses.
It does. But I think we have a really good time about leaving things that, I mean, we don't carry too much back into the house personally from work. I mean, maybe sometimes it bleeds over a little bit.
Sometimes it bleeds over, but I think the work bleeds over in and of itself.
Yeah. You know what's really cool about this podcast?
What?
I think it's going to be therapy.
Therapy?
Therapy. Can we do this like from the
We
hot
might
tub?
have to invite like a psychiatrist on the show.
We
one
can
of
be our
these
own
days.
psychiatrist.
Okay. We can see if that works.
Yeah. Like two drunks walking to the bar,
Holding each other up.
holding each other up,
Making sure they make it.
making sure they make it. So maybe the next one we'll do from the hot tub.
Nah.
Yeah, maybe.
No, probably not.
We got everything here. Just don't let it go in the water.
Yeah, probably not.
No. So anyways. Well, let's go get married real quick.
Okay,
And
we're off.
we'll go check in, kind of making sure we do with what we do, and maybe get another one recorded tomorrow. Maybe the awkward morning after thing. So
It's weird.
it is really weird. So
Okay. Signing off.
all right, we'll see you guys later. Have fun checking out. Haley,
much for
do your deal.
privacy.
Make this thing look good. Clip what you have to. Bleep what you need to. And
There's going to be a whole lot of bleeps.
there'll be a whole lot of bleeps. All right.
Okay.
Talk to
Bye-bye.
you guys later. We'll see you guys later. Bye.